Hello! What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode here on the Meerkats for Mars SMP. I'm super excited about today's episode because we're going to be building tons of vehicles. Later on, we've also got to meet up with a meerkat called Luke to discuss the job request he left in our design shop. Plus, at some point, we're going to head over to the village that I'm going to upgrade as part of a new server-wide competition. I can hardly wait to get all of these builds started, but first, I have a confession. Usually in these episodes, I end up traveling all over the server to work on other projects, which has been really fun, but it means progress here at my own base has stalled. And to be frank, it's becoming kind of a chaotic mess. Therefore, I'm going to kick off today's episode with a promise to myself. Until I've done some cleanup, built all our vehicles, and finished all of the builds that I've got planned today, I will not leave my base, I will not go off on any silly adventures, and I will not let myself get distracted by, what's this? The mystery button. Somewhere around the chateau lies a button that activates a mysterious redstone contraption. Okay, already this looks like some kind of shenanigans from Edie. Where is this button? Uh-oh. What does the redstone contraption do? Will you ever find this mysterious button? Are you brave enough to press it to find out what it does? Oh my god. Alright, let's do this. Let's find it. Is it these? No. Okay, it said around the chateau. So many buttons. Why can't I reach? There we go. Oh, I have a lot more buttons than I thought I did. Oh, it just breaks that. I don't think it would. No. It can't even be one of these because I think it's hollow underneath. I couldn't have said it better myself, Chives. In here? Oh. Ugh, the ceiling. Well, no. Ah! Oh. He's here to enjoy the pain. I don't think it's down here. Have you checked the subway? I did check the subway. Not well enough. It's not in the subway. Oh my god. Okay, well that's what this button does. Oh wait, it's not hollow under the station. Maybe around here. Oh my god. I'm so mad, but also so happy. And didn't I hit this one before? It must have been the only one I didn't hit.
It can't even be one of these.
Oh my god. 8A. Okay, well that was hilarious. And while searching for buttons, I found a few more of Edie's Easter eggs to add to my collection. But I will say the search has made me realize just how much of a mess this town at my base has become. I mean, look at the state of it. Ugh. Let me clean this place up real quick, and then we can get started on our first vehicles. Okay, that's better? Alright, so what vehicles should we build first? Well, as many of you may know, this town is set in Canada, the birthplace of snowmobiles, hydrofoils, and road markings. However, our town is also set in the early 1900s, which is before any of those inventions had really caught on. In this era, cars were rapidly becoming more common, but they were still new on the scene and kind of a luxury. Therefore, some people were still getting around with a good old horse and cart. so we're gonna mix in one of those as well. Planes were in their early days, and if you ask me, they still kind of looked like those wacky Da Vinci sketches. So, people in cargo would have traveled cross-country via steam train. We've already got the Emerald Express to carry our passengers and our mail, but we still need a way to transport goods, so we're gonna make a cargo train. Cool, so we know what we're gonna make. We just need to address today's biggest obstacle: detail. Vehicles are jam-packed full of detail, but they're also pretty small. Even if we find all the right blocks to represent each detail, we can still only use one for every meter of space. That means that intricate builds can be really challenging to pull off in Minecraft. Not to worry though, I've got another patent-pending trick up my sleeve to share with you today. We're gonna use Inception. Sorry, I mean perception. To explain how this trick works, we first need to understand how perception is different to sight. To put it simply, sight is the raw visual image your eyes see, and perception is how your brain interprets that image and gives it meaning. The two are linked by a set of rules called Gestalt principles, which sounds fancy, but Gestalt is just a German word for shape or pattern. Alright, so what does any of this have to do with Minecraft? Well, if we understand how to activate these Gestalt principles using only the bare minimum number of blocks, we can make sure our builds create the perception we're going for while still leaving space for all those extra little details. That might all sound a bit complicated, but it's really not. These principles are hardwired right into your brain, so even if you've never heard of them before, their mechanics are going to feel really familiar. Now, there are a lot of these Gestalt principles, and I'll leave a link in the description to a more complete list for those interested. But today, we're mainly going to focus on the 4 that I find most useful for making small and intricate builds in Minecraft. And those are past experience, similarity, continuity, and closure. So let's get started on our first vehicle, the Model T Ford. I'm going to walk you through my design process, and as we do that, I'll go through those perception principles in more detail. Right off the bat, we're going to start by talking about the law of past experience. This principle describes how our past experiences affect the way we interpret the things we see. By changing the context around a shape or pattern, or in our case, the context around an individual block or even an entire build, we can change the way people perceive it. That means that instead of using up space within our vehicle to help people distinguish this old-timey car from, I don't know, some kind of steampunk water heater, we can convey the same information through context by using the blocks around it instead. That's actually quite easy to do when you're making vehicles, because they are super messy. Boats make waves, planes leave contrails, and cars, they leave tire tracks. Therefore, we're going to draw on the law of past experience by building a road and texturing the surface with tire tracks. That means that before we've even placed any of our car's blocks, we've already told people that this road is for cars, rather than for pedestrians, or bikes, or for moving cattle between fields. I should briefly mention that this is not the final road design. For now, I just need a surface to build some of these vehicles on, but I'm still going to add a curb on this side, and the other side needs to be wider. I'm going to leave that till I know what buildings I want to put along there. Alright, so we have our wheel tracks, now let's make some wheels. Like many cars from this era, the Model T Ford's wheels were more like a spoked wagon wheel than that of a modern car. Therefore, I'm going to use oak trapdoors and connect them with some chains for axles. Cool, so next up we need a chassis, but what blocks should I make that out of? To answer that, I'm going to refer to our second Gestalt principle, the law of similarity. This principle describes the way our brains naturally group similar shapes and patterns together. We're going to draw on this law by assigning a unique property for each type of material that we want to represent. That will allow people to easily understand how to interpret any parts of our build that consist of complex arrangements of blocks, or blocks whose textures contain multiple colors, shapes, and patterns. Like the axles, our chassis is going to be made out of metal. So I'm going to stick to the same dark gray color, using deep slate tiles. Okay, so now I want to connect the chassis to the wheel axles, but unfortunately, I've already used up all the blocks in this space. Therefore, I'm going to draw on our third principle, and that is the law of continuity. This describes the way we still perceive that an object is continuous and unbroken, even if parts of it are blocked from sight. If any of the shapes or structures in our build are made up of more than one block, we can draw on the law of continuity by knocking out some of them to make space for additional details. As long as we leave a few blocks behind, we can still maintain the perception that they form part of a larger, continuous object. I'm going to add a hopper along each axle, since the top half resembles a dark gray slab, and the bottom half looks kind of like the differential that connects an axle to a drive shaft. As you can see, we can still perceive that the axle is continuing through the hopper and out the other side. We'll finish off the chassis with some wheel wells. Now we're going to give the car some painted body panels. Once again, we have a new type of material, and that means we need a new type of block texture. Let's go with warped planks for a nice teal color. First, I'm going to lay out the general shape. Then at the front, I want the sides as body paneling, but I want the front to look like a metal fender. Thanks to the fact I've given each type of material a distinct color, I can do both those things at once using a sideways warp stem. Then I'll add some trapdoors along the hood to cover the dark top. I'll do the same on the back as well. Up close it stands out a little, but as soon as we take a step back, that law of similarity is going to kick in and group the front with the dark gray chassis, while grouping the warped sides with the rest of the paneling. And I'll use the varying depths of a gate and trapdoor to make a nice angle along our side panels. Okay, so we've got a pretty good shape as our base. Now let's start adding in lots of details. First, we'll give the front some headlights and a grille. Then we'll add some license plates. Alright, so here at the back corners of our Model T, I want to have a dark gray metal bottom half for the wheel well, and I want to have a cyan top half for the warped paneling. But there aren't any blocks in the game with textures that work great for that. I want to use depth so that we can still see the warped panel textures behind the slab, but I also want the car to keep its boxy corner shape when you look at it from an angle. To solve this, we're going to draw on our fourth, final, and fittingly named Gestalt principle, the law of closure. This describes the way our brains are able to perceive well-defined shapes, patterns, and borders even when they're heavily fractured. That means if we place a dark oak sign fender on either side of the spare tire on the back, and then place some spruce trapdoors along the top to represent our folded up convertible roof, we can create a fractured border around this corner block. That gives the perception that our vehicle's corner still has a nice clean, boxy shape, while still leaving enough gaps for us to see the warped paneling textures behind. Alright, we're definitely getting there, but let's see if we can do another quick round of these principles to help us add even more detail. To make a windshield, I'll use the law of continuity to make space for glass panes along the top and chrome supports to either side. I don't want these iron bars to connect to the sides like this, so I'm going to carve a hole clean through the engine block by replacing these planks with stairs. The law of closure will help maintain the perception that these side panels are solid and unbroken when you look at it from most angles. Next up, I'm going to use the law of similarity to distinguish a padded seat cushion from the other materials that make up the car. I'm going to go with prismarine. I want the seat bench to be a little bit wider, so I'm going to replace the warp planks to either side with some indented stairs. Finally, I'll use a lever to represent the long steering column and rely on people's past experience to make it recognizable as a method of controlling the car. And we're done. Don't worry, I'm not going to go into that level of detail for the rest of today's builds, but for this first one, I wanted to just give you a bit of insight into the way that I go about vehicle designs, in case it helps you come up with your own custom ones. Before we move on, I also want to quickly point out that while I'm putting these vehicles together in the survival world, aside from one or two last-minute tweaks, I made all of today's vehicles in a creative test world first. If you're designing your own vehicles from scratch, I strongly recommend doing the same. Okay, so next up, I want to build a horse and cart parked to the side here. I've already put together a design for the cart using these same principles I've just discussed, and then all I need to do is represent the horse with a horse. I don't have a name for this guy yet, so if you could think of anything good, leave it in the comments. For the reins, I'm just going to attach this horse with the lead to one of the fences I've used at the back. Okay, we've got one more road vehicle left, and for that, I want to make a swanky limo pulled up near the entrance to the hotel. The design for this car is loosely based on a Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost. Ooh, I think this one's definitely my favorite so far. In fact, I think I can improve it a little. I've just noticed there's 2 empty blocks inside the car, which is the perfect amount of space for me. Get in, there's no time to explain. Man, wouldn't it be so cool if once you built your vehicles in Minecraft, you could actually take them for a joyride? Anyway, the doors don't work, but I can get out through the sunroof if I represent the dashboard with a ladder. Okay, so that's all the road vehicles I've got planned for today, but as the town expands, we're probably going to add more, so if you could think of any good ones you'd like me to include, let me know. Next up is our trains, which I am super excited about. Oh my god, I love trains! But before that, I want to quickly talk about this. If you remember, I was gifted the server's one and only dragon egg after winning that Easter egg competition earlier in the series. I started thinking up ideas for some kind of altar to put it on, but then it occurred to me, in previous worlds, I just immediately pop it down on a shrine or even just use it as a desk lamp or something, but I never play around with it first. And it turns out it's a really, really weird block. For starters, it's one of very few blocks in this game that responds to gravity. It can be enticed with a flame, but it teleports away just as you try to touch it. Honestly, sometimes I'm convinced it has a mind of its own. But anyway, instead of immediately popping it down on some big shrine, I figured I should find a safe spot somewhere far away to continue studying all of these seemingly magical properties. But where should that be? As luck would have it, Mary Zoe answered that question for me when she announced a new server-wide contest, the Village Upgrade Competition. For my entry, I'm planning to remodel a village around this dragon egg. Some villagers might study it, others might protect it from harm, some might even use it to unlock new magical properties. I guess we'll see. In any case, I've chosen a village way down on the southwest corner of the map. It's on its own island and it's super far away from anyone else, so there's no danger that we're gonna mess up someone else's build if something goes wrong. At first glance, it might seem pretty unassuming, but maybe we'll head over there later on, cause I wanna show you the feature that makes it the perfect spot for our dragon village. Oh my god. Oh, my heart. What was that? Wait, was that the car? Was it because I was holding the dragon egg? Oh, wow. Yep, there it goes. Oh, that's loud. Cool, though. Huh. I'll just double check. Oh, yep. Okay. Nope. I promised myself. No distractions. No adventures till I finish the builds here at my base. So let's just get started on our new freight train. Again, I probably won't go through the design process in too much detail, but let's quickly recap those sketched out principles and explain how you could use them in a slightly different type of vehicle. Right, first up, I'm gonna add a hopper. Okay, terrible joke, I know, but come on. I was never gonna let that opportunity pass me by. Okay, but for real, let's add a proper, real-life hopper. One of the principles I relied on heavily in this design is the law of closure. That's because I needed to make sure that the hopper kept its iconic funnel shape while still using depth to fine-tune all the struts, welds, and rivets along the side. It might not seem like it, but in the middle there, this hopper is actually only 1 block wide. Before we move on, let's add another hopper. There's a few things I should quickly point out. First up, due to the limited space between the 2 hopper cars, I've had to replace these trapdoors with an open gate so that I can frame both wheel bogies at once. I've also tried to evenly distribute all the little details on the faces here, rather than just leaving one of them empty. Finally, I've changed up all the little cobble blocks here at the top, since it would be kind of weird if you came across 2 perfectly identical piles of ore in real life. Cool, so next up, let's make a log car. While putting together this build, I made frequent use of the law of similarity. First off, I used bright orange acacia for the trapdoors along the sides, to make sure that they stood out from the logs in the middle. Then I continued that orange color into these lightning rod struts along the sides, to show that they were part of the same structure. By clearly distinguishing all my materials with different colors, I was also able to use the side texture of pistons to represent the dark gray metal bogie and the acacia structure all within one single block. Finally, the logs themselves. On the one hand, I needed to stick to the more generic oak and spruce colors to make it clear that this railcar is carrying lumber as opposed to colorful PVC tubes or light gray concrete pipes. But on the other hand, I wanted these logs to stand out from each other so that it's clear that this car is carrying lots of regular logs rather than just one big one. Therefore, I alternated the bark textures of adjacent logs, switching between regular oak and stripped spruce. And at either end, I have some logs protruding further out than others. Before building our locomotive, I'm going to make use of the law of past experience by adding context to the train's surroundings. To do that, I'll shave down this mountain to make space for a rail tunnel. Rails are already a giveaway that our build is probably a train, but what type? Diesel, electric, maybe even a tram? Well, just as cars would leave discolored wheel tracks, the smokestack of specifically a steam train would leave black stains up the tunnel entrance. Okay, so let's close out our new train with a nice chestnut brown cargo shunter. Okay, to carve out space for all the tiny little details in this build, I've made frequent use of the law of continuity. For example, here I've been able to use black terracotta. That gives me more dark gray pipe and valve details around the wheels and the undercarriage, while still giving enough visual clues to convey that they form part of a continuous circular wheel along with the light gray terracotta below. I've also fully removed the corner of this back wheel to make space for decorations inside the cab. I've taken out loads of these trapdoors along the top to add more detailing to the steam dome and the sand dome, as well as a little train whistle along the side. As you can see, even though we've broken up those lines, we still get the same sense that there's this nice, bright, painted outline around the water tanks to either side. I just love trains so much. Alright, I think it's nearly time to go check out that village I picked out for the competition. But first, it's just Edie's online and I want to see if I can mess with him a little bit, just to get back at him for the button thing. I'm not breaking my promise. This isn't a distraction, I'm just taking a step back to see if my new builds work from afar. Alright, here we are at his base. I don't have a specific plan, but if nothing comes to mind once I see him, I could always just rummage around in his chest, make him feel paranoid. I don't know. Knock, knock.
Hello?
May I? Well, I've let myself in.
Oh, hey! How's it going?
It's good. I've been building a little bit at my base today. Some new vehicles.
Cool.
What you up to?
Oh, I was just packing up for that village upgrade competition. Yeah,
no, that's cool. Yeah, I was actually about to head over to my village. I'm down on I'm down on the southwest. Yeah.
What? Yeah, my village is kind of over there too. It's on an island.
So you're in one of the nearby ones? Some island? I think I'm on an island as well. It's like
literally on the southwest corner.
Yeah. No, that's where mine is. So.
What? Well, I already claimed it. I put a sign there.
Yo, I've put some stuff down.
No, you didn't. What?
Yeah.
No, I literally was just there, like, not too long ago.
Oh, I guarantee you. But do you want to go find out?
Okay, sure. You could see my sign that I claimed the spot.
I think I might have a better idea, actually.
Okay.
What if we race there? Whoever gets there first gets to keep it. Okay, wait. I was gonna lay out some rules first.
What are the rules?
No elytra, no armor, overworld only. Only what you have on you right now.
What? I don't. This is a first.
3, 2, 1, go!
See you later.
Oh no!
I don't know where I'm going.
I am not about to let Edie snag that village out from under me. I searched the entire server to find the right village for what I got planned, and this one, it's just, it's perfect. Why is swimming so slow? And this is even slower. And why am I still just running? Edie's been in a boat this whole time, and I'm never gonna catch up with him unless... I mean, I do still have the dragon egg on me. What do you think? Should I go for that joyride? No. Oh my god, what am I even saying? What, am I gonna drive a limo across the server? That's ridiculous! A train would be so much faster! Okay, so how does this work? Do I just hold the egg near it or something? We need to light up the boiler. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess all aboard. Ooh, yeah, this is way more like it. Edie's not gonna know what hit him. Let's add some coal, see how fast this thing can go. Alright, where are the brakes? Oh, yeah. Whew. I think we've reached the end of the line. This must be Henners' base, because I don't know anyone else with pet dinosaurs. Hello? Henners, are you there?
Oh my god, hi Dingy!
I hope you don't mind if I park my steam train in your subway station for a bit.
Absolutely no problem.
I'm sort of in a race at the moment. Edie and I are both trying to get somewhere across the server. It's the end of the line though, so I don't think I can use the train anymore. Any ideas how I could get to the next place?
Oh, I got this lovely steam craft over here.
Ooh. Alright. Yeah, that'll do. Does it have a name?
It's based off RRS Discovery II. That's what it was supposed to be based off, but then obviously I tweaked it a bit.
So
to
now
make it
it's
a
like
bit more-
the-
a bit nicer.
RRS Discovery III.
Oh, yeah, Discovery 3 sounds good to me.
Let's do this. Let's head off.
Anchors up. Where would you like to go?
Well, if you can get me as far as Luke's, that would be great. Now that I think of it, I actually kind of need to talk to you anyway.
Right, come into the meeting room.
You have a meeting room? This boat is ridiculous. I've been hired, and I'm roping you in to design the shopping district harbor. We just need to work out how wide would a typical boat be that's against the docks. Yeah. So this, I'm guessing, is bigger than the boats you had in mind for the harbor.
Yeah. So you know the boat I built for the shop?
Mm-hmm.
That's like a really small kind of sailboat. So I was trying to do things kind of in scale with that, but that's actually quite difficult to do something so small.
Yeah, small vehicles are pretty tricky. If only someone made a tutorial or something for that.
I did actually make some designs before when I first built my shop, but the designs are going to be a lot of effort.
I'm sure we'll manage. So I guess while we're en route, how about a tour? Whoa, there's so much stuff in here. Very nice.
Cantine's quite cool.
I want to eat whatever incredibly greasy meal comes out of here. Ooh, there's a basement as well. Ooh! Okay, is this the captain's quarters? Am I allowed to be in here?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I just can't get over how big this boat is. Alright, it's getting pretty late. Do you have somewhere I could sleep?
Just these are like the crew quarters.
Alright, yeah, this'll do me. I'm not fancy. And this boat's at full speed, right? We're gonna get there by morning? It's doing the job. And you know what? We're going in style. Edie's gonna be having an awful time. Alright, see you in the morning. Oh my god, Henners, look, it's Luke's. We're here. Henners, are you down here? Where'd you go?
Oh, I went upstairs.
There's upstairs?
No, just the captain's thing. Here you go, look, I'll flip the lever.
Yeah, well, thanks for the ride to Luke's. 5 stars, would ride again.
You're more than welcome.
Bye. Get up anywhere, I guess. Hello?
What's up?
Nothing much. How are you?
Very good. How are you? What brings you around?
Admittedly, I'm sort of passing through. I'm in a bit of a race.
Oh.
I think I'm in the lead, so I might have time to chat for a bit. I know
Alright,
that you left me a request in my Feels Like Home realty shop.
Oh yes. If you want to come and have a look, just be careful with the iron golems. Don't touch. They are very sensitive.
This thing right here?
I think that's the job for you. So I need your services here because inside there's a lot to do. So I think this could be a nice area for the villagers to meet, like
It
a
already
pub
looks quite
or...
nice, to be honest.
Yeah, it has some
girders.
details, but I think you could do your magic here, especially here. We could either do like a meeting room or some rooms with beds for them to sleep, and there's of course upstairs a bit more room, so...
Cool. All right. Well, yeah, I'll start thinking up some plans. I might also get Edie to make a few armor stand decorations here and there.
That sounds great.
Speaking of Edie, do you by any chance have any kind of vehicle? It'll have to get me pretty far, because to be honest, I think after that little distraction, I might be falling a bit behind. Just something that can get me to the other side of the server.
Well, there was the boat outside there, but the boat is not the fastest way because we're gonna have to go around the continent.
Yeah, I just came by boat, and it's I will say luxurious, but not the speediest.
Well, I have one more thing that might help you if you want to have a look.
If it's that dragon, I might ask for.
No, that doesn't fly anymore.
It's in this castle somewhere?
Yeah, let's follow me then.
Okay.
Just follow me and just be careful because this is not
It's
a very safety place.
looks
So
like it might need a bit of TLC.
you might have to do some parkour here. Wait. And here, there we are. What do you think about this? Do you think it can help you?
Oh.
Wait.
Yeah, this'll do.
Just be careful jumping in. Alright, let's go. I was looking on Google for like Minecraft balloons, and then I saw one that looked really good, and then I put a few extra tweaks here and there.
Cool. We made it to the village! Luke, thank you so much! Oh no. Looks like Edie's just arriving too. How do we get down? Is there like a ladder or something? Ah!
I don't see dinghy anywhere. No.
Oh, hello?
Really good. What?
Wait. Oh, Edie!
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Edie!
I don't see you. I got crusted water.
Ah.
I'm here first. I'm here first.
First one to hit the bell.
What? You changing the rules?
I'm.
Oh, okay. Where's the bell? Where's the bell? Uh-oh. Oh no. No! These blocks are in my way. Ah! No. I rung it first.
No, that I rung it.
No, see, I rung it first.
No.
That was really close. I honestly don't know who rung the bell first. Well, we both rung it, but technically I was on the island first. Edie's village.
Okay.
I put a sign hill already.
Oh, so this house here, is this your village? Oh, okay. Well, you can have that.
Whole
I guess.
area.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a big hut. Yeah, I'll have my I've got my sign down here. Yep. See, right here, I got my my sign reserved by Ding. Very clear.
Oh wow! How about this? You take the bottom in the cave, that smelly cave down there.
You mean the really beautiful, nice open space cave here? That's far better than the surface. This plain. I mean, look, it's all muddy and there's like overgrown. I don't know. This isn't.
Yeah. I'll take the surface.
I mean, I think it suits you.
You take the cave with your mole people, and then yeah, we'll split it like that.
Okay.
What do you say? Because I just really wanted the surface. I didn't care about anything underneath.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, same here. I was, to be honest, surface. Take it, leave it. But yeah, I was kind of after that cave. Okay.
All right. Well then, here, shake on it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
That's
Well, yeah. So wait. How do we get back?